You guys. So Mike, he just gave such a compelling argument for ancient aliens.
In the sense of, no, they do not exist.
No, but how do you think that pyramids got on this continent and then got on that continent? If it wasn't for a being like Maya, the Mayans, Central America, pyramids of okay, girl. I mean, you know.
Wait, that's no. I see. He's saying how to. Were they built at the same time?
I don't know. I don't.
Probably not. I'm just guessing. I'm answering my own questions. Well, I look like a dumb person on this live already, and I will just tell you this: I am. No, I'm not. But maybe we're people. So like, fire happened on one continent, and then fire happened on another continent. So why can't pyramids? There.
I don't know that fire.
Wheels happened on more than one continent.
Okay. Aliens. That's how he's saying it happened, is ancient aliens.
And so the ancient aliens also were like, Africa, here's a match, or whatever.
Here is a match, she said. She said, here is a stick with phosphorus tip that took people were blowing things up in the 1800s trying to make
ancient alien was just like, he's like,
why can't the
beep, beep, boop, boop, here's a circle round, here's a round
wheel. Do you even watch Star Trek?
No.
Yeah, so that's why you think that aliens are like beep boop beep beeps. Okay.
First of all, I look at you like you don't know aliens. You don't know anything because I watch Star Trek, so I'm an alien expert because I watch one television show
and Star Wars.
Okay, well, we all know what aliens are really like. They are just big egg-shaped things, people with like the eyes that look like sunken in, and like not really a jawline and no little chin, a little chin, and just like Michael Jackson nose. We know what they look like, and they just like come in.
And they taught the Egyptians and the Mayans how to build pyramids,
and also gave everyone a book of matches as well, like a restaurant. They would like drop off matches to people, and
so that when they pooped, smell would go away. Okay, so Natalie in this episode takes Mike to church, and he's a good sport. He goes to this Byzantine type, not even fun. There's no singing, Chris.
I know.
Like what? I cannot go to a church with no singing.
Well, first of all, wow, there was not in a mass, were they?
Why were they going to church on Sunday then? Why would you go and just church and walk around?
Because that's what you do in Europe.
Oh. She knows things.
So it's a Greek Catholic church, and by Greek Catholic, obviously not in Greek, but Greek meaning Eastern Rite, and it's actually very similar to what I do, and that's why there's so many icons and stuff. You can't, only in the Vatican can you really like tour a church, the perimeter while a mass is going on. That's a European church. I don't think they would allow cameras to happen during a mass. So what you actually saw was them just going inside the building like an art museum and kissing and venerating the icons and things like that. Absolutely, music happens during the mass.
Oh, but it's like boring music though. It's like
that's a very subjective word, Law. So I mean,
Chris, you know what I mean.
Listen, I think that a divine liturgy's music can be really beautiful, like Greek choral stuff, and this one's probably going to be a different language.
There's no like
different languages.
Can't sleep at night. Oh, and you wonder why. Maybe
I'll say right now,
God is trying to tell
I love gospel music, and I'm a big fan of gospel music.
Gospel music should be the only church,
especially in the Afro, indigenous, African American, and or American, church. However, I am not just into that kind of music. I think that many different cultures can have beautiful worship music. Wow.
God is trying to tell you something. Don't try.
You know what kind of religious music I like? Bluegrass.
Okay, we gotta get off this.
I like bluegrass. We gotta get off this topic. And there's harmonies, and they always talk about Jesus, and there's like it's like a fiddler and just like a violinist or something like that. It's gorgeous.
Okay, so now she's taking him to church, and he's trying to learn a little bit about what was going on. He's asking questions: Is that Jesus? Is that Mary? What are you doing? And she's answering. Meanwhile, she almost killed him on the way to the church. Like just the driving in Kiev is just nerve-wracking. She's on the train tracks. She's in somebody else's lane. She doesn't know how to back up. Like. It's a whole situation. So he's like already praying to God that he's made it to the church. He's asked questions. And so they sit down, and all of a sudden it's like she just has a moment where she's like, wait a minute. if I marry this man, we're never going to do this. He's not going to want to do this with me. So then they go home and go to sleep, and then they wake up, and she has a full body meltdown. And to the point where she's being so petty that her mother says, "Oh, do you want coffee?" And then she turns to Mike and says, "Well, then I think you can get up and get it yourself." And Mike's like, I didn't even say anything. Your mom just asked me if I wanted coffee, and I said yes. I didn't say you need to make me coffee, woman. Take off your shoes.
Also, this is quite different from how we usually wake up in the morning, which is you being like, "Lover, I haven't made you your own coffee and eggs and tomatoes.
And the fresh tomatoes.
No, so, lover, let me feed you such coffee from my small hands, you big man." You know, so it's like, he's like, "Oh, that's how I'm used to waking up so far in Ukraine, with your mom just smiling there with her crazy ass hair, Bob Marley, or like, not Bob Marley.
Bird's nest. Bald head.
Bob
Yarmulke
from
place.
No, the Bob from Simpsons. Sideshow Bob. Sideshow Bob hair, you know, just like, oh my God, you know, so it's like he's just see that shy, like that mom just like and then just like her every morning, and he's gotten used to a certain rhythm, and it's a different rhythm.
Is upset. And then the mother is just talking. She is just talking like he understands her. Just talking. And finally he says, "Can you tell me what your mom is saying?" And she's like, "I think that you can go and get Google Translate. Go get your phone, put down Google Translate, and translate it. I don't feel like translating today." And he's like, "Okay, like maybe we should go talk in the other room because I don't understand what's going. Do you understand what's going on?" And the producer's like,
"They don't trip over that." By the way, it's a very small room. Like, you don't understand, this is a very small, tiny kitchen. So there's one producer with a camera, like filming them, like right here, and they're like trying not to they're having a full conversation with like a camera right here. Yeah, and then there are cameras right there.
You guys, at some point, even Marcel. I mean, we'll get to it, but at some point, throughout these 2 episodes, every time I saw a weird camera angle, I was like, "Chris, where's the cameraman standing right now?" Yeah. What is that? Why is there an over the head shot right now? Like, what is? Do you have a drone all of a sudden?
Yeah.
Like, what just happened? Yeah. So, anyways, that's a lot of things that's going on. But so he pulls her to the side. She goes and lays in her bed with her shoes on, which is like one of my pet peeves in life. Yeah. Is people laying in the bed or getting on their couch and putting their just dirty ass outside shoes on a furniture that you're supposed to be in and be clean in. And I just, my spirit. So she won't talk to him, and so he gets up and he leaves. He walks and he just has his jammies on and some hiking boots, and he's just gone from what looks like the morning to what looks like the night. I don't know if it's winter there, obviously, right? But I don't know how early the sun sets. So let's say he went from when the sun was up and he had just woken up to probably about 4, right? Mm-hmm. Let's say it's one of those places in New York City when the winter the sun goes down at 4. Okay. And so he's gone for a long time, enough time for her to cool down and realize that she done fucked up. Okay. Mm-hmm. Her mom doesn't know what's going on. Producers don't know what's going on. He is sitting out drinking. I mean, he has like 4 solo cups of alcohol and is like talking to the camera, sloshed, talking about he doesn't know what's going on. This is really making him question everything. Like, he doesn't know what happened. He just got out of control. Like, we don't know what's going on. Mom's hair is just like doing it. His mom's hair is just like, ugh. And then at some point, he's trying to have a conversation with her and going back. He's trying to have a conversation with her, and mom gets and cuddles in and lays next to her. And I'm just like, I mean, I know she doesn't understand what's going on, but at this point, there are 5 people in the room. 2 cameramen, 2 people in bed spooning, and him just in the corner trying to talk to her. Yeah. And probably the producer just like running around. Yeah. I mean, do you think that the mom had curly hair like her when she was young, and that's what her fate is that the mom's texture of hair at some point? She might have, but then in her generation, it would have been to straighten it. So do you think she ruined her hair? Yeah, I think she did. I think she fried it. That makes sense. I also feel like I just love the fact that he just was walking around Kiev in flannel pants. And this is what I think happened. So he definitely got a little drunk. And I think that he then ate something in between because he knew he couldn't go back and be on camera like that. So he got a big boy meal. Got a little soak up that grease in with the alcohol. Got some potatoes. Around. Yeah, and then just showed up and he was just tired afterward. Yeah. And then she was all fight out and she apologized up, down, left, right, mm-hmm. Up, down, left, right. Just apologized. It's okay. And he was just like, I feel like you're judging me. And it got to the point where he just felt comfortable enough to finally tell her the truth. I'm $30,000 in debt. She's like, it's okay. I'll help you. I'll help you pay for it. And then in her confessional, she's like, I didn't know he was 30,000 in debt. And I don't know if I'd known that he had that much debt, I would not have gone forward with the relationship.
That was quite just a roller coaster throughout Europe.
Of accents?
Yeah. There was German in there and French. Now, before you did like a very good Russian accent, and then what you just came out of your mouth was just like, I mean, it was a Disneyland ride. It was like Small World. Now, I will tell you this. I love you so much. I feel like she, first of all, like, should have thought about who she wants to have a kid with a little more. Like, how is she like, let's have a baby. So do you believe in God? You know, like, if that's a thing, then, like, maybe just, like, ask that question first.
Yeah. Because she's like, you're going to confuse my child. And I'm like, no, that's not how that works. Bobby Whitney.
Oh, my God, Bobby Whitney.
Didn't Mike know that Natalie goes to church? Comparing God to aliens is a TLC producer line. Merry Xmas and Happy New Year.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think he was necessarily comparing it. I think he was just talking about as far as beliefs go.
Yeah, okay.
Right? I don't know. But, like, no, didn't she know it's more important? Because he's not against the fact that she's religion. In fact, only atheists like Bill Maher are upset about people who are religious. Otherwise, if you're a true atheist, you're just kind of like, oh, that's interesting that you believe in that. I don't. And then if you're a true, to me, person of a Christian or whatever, it's not about whether or not somebody, you have faith and I don't. That is the difference, right?
Mm-mm.
Well, in my what I learned growing up in the Christian church is that if you believe that Jesus is the Son of God and you have faith and you have faith that God exists, then, like, to say that you know God exists is hubris. You have faith that God exists.
Oh, I see what you're saying. My point is that if you're raised Christian, you believe people who have not found Christ and don't believe in Christ are not going to hell.
Yeah.
So she, in her mind, is like, how is my husband and my baby's father going to be one of the sunbathers in hell for the rest of his life?
Yeah,
you know, like,
yeah.
So I think that she's just like, everything I've been told about, you know, like, and he seems nice. He's tall and nice. I don't get it.
And that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, when I was super Christian, I didn't have friends who weren't Christian. And in fact, I didn't even meet my first atheist until I was in college. And I was like, how are you not? And I literally asked her, I was like, how are you just not around killing people? And she's like, because I'm a good person with morals. And I was like, but doesn't the Bible, isn't that what makes you that way, is the belief in God and that you're not going to go to, like, so where do you think you go? And she's like, I don't believe in any of it. Like, I don't believe in heaven or hell. So I don't think I'm going anywhere. And it was like an eye-opener for me. But at that point in my life, I would have never dated anybody who didn't believe in God. So that's why I'm thinking that she obviously is a different type of Christian person, somebody who would even entertain the idea of, like, being friends or, like, whatever with heathens.
I feel like, I think she just assumed that he did.
Oh, and she thought it was just like, I just have to bring it out in him?
Yeah, or just assume that, like, he's like, whatever, you know, but that I think that just like a diet and working out, she'd be like, well, he will see that I am a good example of my veganism runner life and my Christian vegan runner life, and he will be, okay, you'll be a Christian vegan runner too. You got me, you know?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, spot on. Because that's what's happening. And I guess, yeah, you're right. I mean, like I said, if it were me as who I was back then, it would have been like, I can't. You're a heathen. Like, I thought people who didn't believe in God believed in the devil. Like, I didn't understand that there are people who just didn't believe in God, and it had nothing to do with any kind of divinity or dogma.
I also remember this with, like, the whole manifest destiny that is, like, Christianity. Like, one of us, we are missionaries. We'll go and change your mind. It isn't, Christians are not like, you do you and we'll do us. Christians are like, yeah, but we're the right way. So if we can just get to you, we will, you know, like, hi, knock, knock, knock. Here we are, Christian missionaries. Oh, you're like just like some indigenous tribal land. We're going to get you.
Let me tell you the way. Okay, this is the way. You haven't known. Right. You've been doing it wrong. In fact, you're going to hell.
That's a nice well, though.
Yeah. So, so anyways, that's what happened with them. And they made up at the end. He came clean and was honest with her.
Can I come and sit next to you?
She sits right on top of him.
And then she's just like, you know, it's like, he's so big. And she's just like,
oh, am I him?
Yeah. My curly, crazy hair and my big blue eyes. She's just like, bink, bink. Welcome back to mommy in my apartment. You know, the mom is just like,
God, that should have been the thumbnail. Okay, 14 minutes. Let's talk about the other couple. What is the other couple?
I wanna wait then.
No, you don't want to weep then, Chris. You're
I think
fine.
you're
fine.
live with the new
No,
one?
we're not. Remember,
Oh,
we're doing two in this one. I can't remember. Oh, Tanya and Sinjin. Girl,
okay.
listen. Costa Rica looks amazing, and I would like to be there.
Mm-hmm.
And let's get back to Tanya's mom, Missy, who is a cheap drunk because she is looking at Sinjin and she's like, don't touch my Jack. And I'm like, first of all, you act like Jack is like top shelf fucking alcohol that you can't get at the corner store. Like,
this is not like, I don't know, like very expensive champagne.
Like, I just have no idea what she's talking about. Like, don't touch my Jack. Don't touch my tiramisu. Don't touch my Jack. And what is her kitchen? What is that? I just kept being like, Chris, I need you to pause it so that I can discern what is all of that junk on the table.
I mean, at one point it looks like every like plastic plate, or you know, there was like 3 plastic plates
like,
and a bunch
I
of
love
like Tupperware, you know,
like, and it's just like bags, and it's just like
lots of bags.
It was so weird. And at first I was like, is that like, are those things drying? Have they been washed? But then that's not where the sink is. There was like a big like tamale pot or like
that was
pot.
dry. But that was dry.
But everything else wasn't dry. And she has the nerve to tell him about the guard. And then that shot of him in that velvet robe, like sitting out on the yard. It was too much.
It was. And I just feel bad for him because like, I feel like it's just like, he just is painted as just this like racist, dumb, you know, just like backward thinking, like no ambition, you know, like dude, he just loves her. He just is like, whatever, loves her. Sure, he doesn't have like a whole trajectory plan, but like she seems to, but I don't know like how her, you know, organizational skills to actually achieve anything is done. Now I will say this Costa Rica thing was great and she has some great friends there.
I mean,
and they all are just, you know, like free titty ladies in the wind, you know, like different titties, all different shapes. But like, I'll tell you what's not there. No bras.
Yeah.
Like, and you know, they were confiscated at the airport.
I just loved it. And I looked into that place and she's sharing a room with 3 other girls. And so it was like 1,200, 1,300. If she got her own bungalow, it was closer to 3,000.
Yeah.
I would have had to get my own bungalow because it's too hot, girl. It's too hot.
And the extra bodies make it hot in there?
I can't.
Is there AC?
No. That's why they were all like fanning themselves.
No, I'm not gonna go.
I mean, not for the herbalism retreat, but like you could go for other things.
Like a yoga retreat?
No, I didn't want to do that either. It's the same thing. Like I want to go like to a resort. I mean, but here's the deal: we would go to Guatemala anyway because my uncle has a house, so we would just stay there.
Yeah, but is there a spa in Guatemala where your uncle lives? Then I'm not going.
No. Okay.
Anyway.
So there's not a spa, but there is a hotel that has like a place you can get a massage. It's too much.
I like the girls, but they don't know Sinjin very well. All they're getting is one side of it, which is hers, and it's like, oh, he's just doesn't know anything, white person, and like in this one case, like this person's just sitting there by himself doing a bunch of yard work for her mom, and like not nary allowed one thimble of Jack Daniels to get it up with his coffee while like she's just like some, banshee gypsy woman just
barking at him
all day long, like I feel bad for him. This is like, and like it's just interesting because you would think that
she's like, it's not my job to watch Sinjin. He's a grown man.
Almost your husband.
Yeah. And this is not the first time she's met him. She's like gone to South Africa to meet him.
I don't understand also that she's just like, I don't want to have to call you. Like the truth of the matter is like, no one wants to have to like text someone and answer texts all day long. That's not it. But like, you can call someone for 5 minutes. He's right. You can. This is your almost husband. If you're in a foreign land and you're out drinking, like, and he wants you to be like, just come home and just text me that you're home.
I don't want to make promises that I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep.
Okay, you can just
no. I don't want to make any promises. I don't want to make any promises. I might be so sloshed that when I come back to my hut cabana, I want to just be able to play face plant and not have to worry about where my phone is.
Well, if you've traveled as much as you say you have and you're so smart and street smart, then you won't get that slosh in a goddamn foreign country, brawless, gypsy community healer woman.
Said Chris Farah. All right, we're at 19 minutes. Let's end this one. We're going to come back and talk about who else is interesting. Juliana and Michael.
Yeah, that's my fave.
Okay.
Well, fave to talk about.
All right, you guys, we're going to end this one and we're going to come back again because that's how I'm doing it today.